everybody. Welcome back to the Coaches from the Couch podcast, where we like to talk sports, play games, and do our best to have a good time. Let's get right into it. You know what they say, patience is a virtue.
They always say that.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of it.
Really?
2020, the Denver Nuggets
Really?
lost in the conference
That's a
finals.
thing.
In 2021, they lost in the semifinals. 2022, they got knocked out in the first round. But you know what? They stuck together, and in 2023, they win the NBA championship. What do you think this means for the NBA?
I think that I think obviously that one thing that's shown in the NBA is that you can win with your best player being a center. That's definitely one point that was proven during this playoffs. But also I think it just shows the value of not only getting good players on your team, but also being able to foster your own culture and breed your own culture. I think the Nuggets. I think a lot of people like how the Nuggets got their team, and Nikola Jokic was a second round pick. Jamal Murray was
Taco commercial. Taco Bell.
What are you talking about right now?
He
Taco
got
Bell.
drafted during a taco.
Oh,
Bell-
really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Taco Bell. Yeah, Taco Bell commercial. Come on
Nice.
now.
So yeah, he got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that the Nuggets, I think that they done a great job of building their own culture, getting their own guys. They stuck with their coach for a long time through the highs and through the lows, and I think it's an interesting but valuable lesson for the current NBA.
Yeah, and I think those are the best championships. You know, like the championships, just like the Warriors. Like when you stick it out, like that has to feel so good. Like to be able to like get that championship after so many rough up and down years, and like they drafted Jamal Murray, drafted Michael Porter, drafted Jokic, drafted all these guys, and they brought in Bruce Brown and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Aaron Gordon. And those were those glue guys for him. And they played huge factors, obviously. But for that main core to get their championship with Malone, that's unbelievable. I like it. I think those are the best.
This is a trend that I would really like to see stay consistent with the NBA. A lot of teams, when they lose in the playoffs, they're quick to fire their head coach or split up the stars. But oftentimes you see that's usually a one step forward, two steps back scenario. I think teams like the Celtics and the Heat that have proven that they can get to the finals, they should stick together and see what happens.
Yeah. And to be Pacer fans, that's really exciting because like the Nuggets weren't a high market team. So like looking at it as a Pacers fan, it's like, oh, the Pacers have a chance. Like with especially this young core we have right now, and we are arguably like one of the deepest teams in the NBA already. And with Tyrese Halliburton on the rise at 21, 22 years old, and Miles Turner holding the paint with the best year of his career so far last year, as Pacer fans, I mean, this kind of gives us some hope. But let's not get too crazy. But I think down the road we have a legitimate shot.
Yeah, I think it gives pretty much every small market team in the country. I think it gives them all hope for the future.
Yeah, and that gives also. Remember, the Pacers have 3 first-round picks this year too. So talking about that, so let's jump into the draft. Speaking of those 3 first-round picks for the Pacers, so the Pacers have 3. I was listening to I think it was an Instagram video, and I'm hearing that the Indiana Pacers are not going to keep all their draft picks. That is what I've heard, and so as a Pacers fan, the draft is I believe 9 days away. That's exciting. Something's going to happen in Indiana, and that is very exciting because it doesn't happen very often in the Pacers organization, just because Indiana's quite boring,
Right.
And for basketball, for some odd reason,
Mhm.
I don't even know why. But how are you guys like excited as me? Like I'm ready for this draft.
Yeah, I always get excited for the drafts in particular, just because most of the teams that I like, the Pacers, the Colts, the Reds, they're all small market teams. They don't get talked about much. So it's really exciting to see what national pundits and national media have to say about your team. So that's just the first reason that the draft gets me all jittery and excited.
Yeah.
But secondly, I like the draft just because the Pacers are acquiring a new player, and that's another thing that gets me jittery.
Well, and the talent's not always at the very top, too, no matter what pick you have. Like you just saw with Jokic, he was like the 43rd pick, 41st pick or something like that. Guys like Donovan Mitchell and Devin Booker have been at like the 13th pick or something like that. You don't always have to be in the top 3 picks to get a franchise-changing player. So I think that's always exciting.
Yeah, most certainly. You know what? I guess for the Pacers, who would you guys like to see them pick if they stick at 7? I mean, what would you guys like to see the Pacers? Who would you like to see the Pacers
If they
pick?
stick at 7,
Yeah,
see, I don't want them to. I don't want to even draft.
you want them to trade for a star.
I don't even. Yeah, I don't even want to draft. But if we were to, like you said, if we had to draft somebody, I like to do Taylor Jenkins
Thompson.
Thompson
Yeah.
from UCF.
Hendricks.
Hendricks
I
from
should've said-
UCF. Yeah, UCF. I've seen. I saw his highlights, and I think that dude has like the NBA like lifestyle. Like I feel like he has the readiness in the NBA. Out of all, like in our range, that is the number one guy I would want out of the 7th pick.
Yeah, I'd like to see Grady Dick. I think
Grady
he'd be
Dick.
a nice he'd be a nice pick for Pacers. And maybe if they move back further in the draft, I'd love to see them get Jordan Hawkins. I'd love to see that too.
I like Jarris Walker as well. He's a pretty big player, physical, can step out and hit the three. He's a versatile defender, and I think that's what the Pacers need right now. So yeah, I'd like that.
I also think that Jarris Walker is probably the type of guy, like he has the type of body that could like develop into a star player. Like he could figure out he's like one of those guys that can figure out an offense. Think like Paul George or Kawhi, like that type of build. Coming in and
He reminds me a lot of Julius Randle.
Yeah.
And I'm a Kentucky fan, obviously,
Right.
but I just don't know if I want that on the Pacers.
well, I mean, play style maybe like Julius Randle. Upstairs, they're a lot different.
Yeah,
In the head.
yeah, above the shoulders.
Yeah. But play style, maybe they're not similar play style.
I'm just
body
saying, in
style.
college, Julius Randle was just like, he would
Yeah.
shoot the three if he was open, but a lot around that mid-range game,
Mhm.
force a lot to the rim, physical, rebounder, defender. I mean, I just don't know. I don't know if I'd want him on the Pacers.
I think for me, anybody that's gonna play for what's his face? Who's Houston's coach?
Jim Carrey.
Not Jim Carrey. No. Who's Houston's coach?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Rick Carlisle. Have you seen that? Have you
Yeah,
seen
he
how much
looks
he
just
looks
like
like
Jim
Jim Carrey?
Sampson? Or
Kelvin
do you-
Sampson. Anybody that plays for Kelvin Sampson.
Oh,
Yeah,
college.
college. Yeah. Anybody that plays for Kelvin Sampson, I think I trust them. Like I trust them as a player. You know, Julius Randle. I mean, Calipari kind of has a track record of, who knows, whatever. But yeah, Julius Randle. I think they're definitely mentally they're different players, but they kind of played a similar game in college at least.
Yeah, and so since you said draft, who do you would like us to draft? I think let's jump ship the other way. Do you guys want? Do you want to draft? Like, do you want to draft that 7th pick?
I mean, if the option's out there, no. Depending on what player we get.
Yeah, but so what would you want per se? Would you rather have these 5 draft picks total? So I think we have 2 seconds. It's an early second too, and then we have our 3 first.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would think let's go get a 3 or a 4 in trade market.
Like I've seen, not by anybody reputable, but I've seen some things for like Siakam. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right? But or like an
Because he was
Anunoby.
available allegedly for the trade deadline.
Right. And maybe an Ananobi, or Jeremy Grant. I think that'd be an interesting fit.
See, and the reason why I like that better is because, these guys, like Anunoby, Siakam's probably a little bit older, but those guys are like 25, 26, 27 range. Yes, they're a little bit older than a 21, 22-year-old, but the thing is, they're already for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I like about that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you lose 4 years, but that's part of the risk, I think, if you want to draft or not. And I think I've always been like this in any sport. I'm a for sure guy. Like, I think that is the best way to go as a manager in any sport. I think that's the best way to go. Is just let's get that for sure guy.
Yeah, definitely. Where did the Celtics pick? Where are they at?
I think they're at the beginning of the second round.
Oh, okay. So,
So
they
they're
don't
right
have a
around
first?
there where the Pacers
Oh,
second
Malcolm
pick is.
Brogdon. That's
Yeah,
right.
we got their first
Malcolm
round pick.
Brogdon. Got you. So, I wonder where they're looking at. I mean, who knows with Jaylen Brown and all that? I mean, who knows where they're going to be?
He'd be a perfect fit on the Pacers.
He would be a nice fit on the Pacers. Yeah.
He would fit any team.
Right.
The way he plays, he
Right.
knows he can play that number 1 role or he can play the 2.
Yeah.
And I think he would be perfect anywhere. And then I want to know about, so going back to the Heat, I want to go talk about the Heat. So do you think they re-sign all these veterans and then all these undrafted people like Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent? Because what's funny is, that the game before we were just talking about them versus the Celtics, they had all these great games. Gabe had one good game in the finals, which after that he struggled.
Right.
Jimmy struggled, which he's already on contract. Caleb Martin struggled. He had like one good game. The only guy that showed out, like I said at the beginning of the thing, is Bam Adebayo, and I knew that going in because Nikola, that's the only thing he lacks. But other than that, he was the only one that was consistent. I mean, Strus struggled bad. Duncan struggled. Everyone just struggled for the Heat that whole series. And the Nuggets aren't that good of a defensive team. They're okay, but they're not a great defensive team. So I think they're just the end of the run. You know, they win a lot of games, and I think that finally they just came up to their competition.
Well, I don't think they have the money to bring back guys like Caleb Martin either. They're a pretty expensive team. So unless they want to get rid of a guy like Hero or somebody, I don't realistically see them being able to bring back all of those guys.
Is Lowry a free agent? Do you guys know off the top of your head?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
So I wonder if, like, because he would have a pretty hefty contract just being a veteran. So I wonder if he's gone, you know, that would open up some cap room. And
it's probably Tyler Hero. Like, he's probably the big piece that's eating up a lot of that. Of course, except like Jimmy and Bam, but Tyler Hero is probably that piece that you could see leaving that's probably eating up a lot of that money.
Yeah, that's
surely,
true.
You know, but man, I'd love Dame Lillard on the Heat. Give him seriously. Give him Hero. Give him Hero and some other things, and give me Dame Lillard on the Heat.
I don't know why. I just don't think it fits. I don't know. Like, I feel like Spoelstra is not a Damian Lillard. I don't know. Like,
you're never a Damian Lillard guy till he's on your team. And
yeah,
he's getting you
but like,
buckets.
I feel like there's only certain teams that can have a guy like that, and I just feel like the way Spoelstra likes to play, it doesn't fit Lillard.
Yeah, but also though, they had a mega team with D Wade, LeBron, and Bosh. So, it's not like he always just has these like grit and grind like.
Yeah, it's just that like I've just never seen him with a point guard, I guess, like that. So.
Right.
A guy that shoots so deep. He shoots so deep.
Yeah.
He's literally like Steph Curry, honestly.
Yeah, but he's so good. He's so good.
He arguably might be a better scorer.
You think?
Not all around point guard. I think.
Yeah, I think I may need to stop you there.
Arguably he could be. Lillard. There's games where Lillard's like literally unstoppable. Same thing with Curry, but like I feel like there's games that Lillard's better than Curry.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely games where but Curry just.
Yeah, I agree. I think Curry's obviously the best of all time.
That brings us to today's game. We're going to be playing Keep One, Leave One. So that means I'm going to give a topic, and you guys are going to have to pick. Well, actually, I'm going to be playing as well, so I'm going to have to pick two. But we're going to have two topics. You pick one to stay, and you pick one to be eliminated off the face of the earth. You cannot get it back. But they're all sports topics, and I think this should be an interesting one. I'm ready to get into it.
Let's do it.
First topic, keep one, leave one. March Madness or the NBA playoffs?
Keep one, leave one?
March Madness. Keep me March Madness.
March Madness.
Yeah. NBA playoffs can take a hike.
Yeah, I think so too. Just the hysteria, filling out a bracket, watching all those games at once is an adrenaline rush that you can't repeat.
Honestly, I'm going to say March Madness, but round 1 and round 2 of March Madness is what makes it, though.
Right.
Yeah. I would take finals over the championship if my team's not in it.
I actually like the second weekend of March Madness better. I like the
See, I'm
like
first
Sweet
round,
16,
second round.
Elite 8.
Really, I'm first round, second round because I like all those games at once.
I like the Sweet 16 Elite 8 because I like how all the storylines are made up and it's more palatable too. You can watch all the games, which I think is nice. But yeah, you can't go wrong with March Madness.
Gotcha.
Next topic. Are you choosing to keep your amateur sports career or professional sports? So you can keep all your memories from playing sports as a kid or professional sports. So watching your favorite teams and all that.
So like watching them?
So watching your favorite teams or all the home runs you hit in Little League.
Well, granted, I only had 2 inside the park home runs, so.
Nice. And what was that? Doubles with a couple errors?
Oh, easy.
Single.
The kids in right field had a freaking glove on top of their head, throwing their hats up in the air. So Yeah, I guess they were heirs.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let my I'll go ahead and just start off. I'll let my pride out of the way. I'm gonna watch all my professional sports. I mean, little league experiences were fun. I loved them. And that's like when you meet like most of your friends, you create your friend group. But professional sports is just it takes up all my time. It's what I love. So
So professional sports. So this is like
Correct.
Pacers.
right. But you'd still have Kentucky and
That's a professional sport?
no, it's not. Actually, I mean now it is, but no, it's not.
No, it's not. Okay.
No, it's not.
So, okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with professional sports too. I wasn't necessarily the most elite athlete growing up. I was a bench warmer in a lot of sports. Wasn't very good, so yeah, I'll just stay watching the people that are good at playing sports and let mine stay aside.
And then I'm gonna go opposite. I'm going my glory days. I'm going
Yeah,
my
sure.
You had 15 points that one game in high school.
I did.
Yeah.
Actually,
Was that 15 or 12?
it might have been 12.
It felt like 15.
It felt like it, I mean, when I was on that court, it felt like 15.
Yeah.
It felt more than 15.
Heck yeah.
But yeah. So I'm going back to my glory days.
So no more Reds baseball for you.
That's okay.
Put your
What have they
opinion
done
into
since
it.
What have they done since I've been alive?
Anthony Richardson, who cares? See you later.
What's he done since I've been alive?
Ellie De La Cruz, die.
Okay, he's been my biggest highlight
Yeah.
of my Reds like history.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
because even when the Reds were like big, like back in 2010, 2011, that's when I was more of a Yankees fan because of Rodriguez. So it's like I don't like.
Right.
Yeah, give me easily my
And
glory
then no
days.
more Columbus Crew, your favorite soccer team. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, so no more of that
Dang it.
either. Their best player.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no more of him. So.
John Smith.
John Smith. Yeah, I don't think that's.
Is that- I was just trying to think of the most basic name
I
ever.
don't think that's him.
But yeah, give me my glory days.
Gotcha.
Next one is the Olympics or the World Cup.
Give me the Olympics.
Get out of here.
World Cup, overrated.
World Cup's the most fun thing. I love the World Cup.
Olympics.
Olympics? Who's your favorite Olympic
Oh,
athlete? What's your favorite event?
Give me that Gabby Douglas.
Gabby
Dog.
Douglas? No, she's been taking a break lately for mental health.
No, like all time, right?
Gabby Douglas? Yeah. What do you
Like,
mean
no,
all
no, no.
time?
Like he's saying all time, like Olympics
Oh,
or
Gotcha.
give me dog Gabby.
Gabby Douglas? Alright.
No, and bobsledding. That's very underrated to watch. You know when they do the little thing and they're like,
You know, the curling, the guys basically mopping the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
yeah.
I think I'm going Olympics too, just because I don't really know a whole lot about soccer. I'm sure it's electric if you know what you're watching, but
It is.
I
It
don't
is.
know what I'm watching. So I'll take my Olympics. You get like the dream team and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
Yeah.
rather keep that, I think.
And then I don't really know much about soccer either. But I tell you what, during that month of World Cup, I'm an expert. I can tell you anything about everybody.
Isn't
so-
everybody in this world?
Oh yeah. So I'm going World Cup. I love it so much. I remember last year or this summer, sorry, during the World Cup final, they were kicking or it came down to PKs to win it. So electric.
Next topic is the home run derby or the dunk contest.
Home run derby, a dunk contest?
Home run derby. I'm going home run derby.
All time or just like upcoming?
All of it.
Yeah, you take
One
one,
of
you
them
leave
gets
one.
eliminated off the face of the earth.
Yeah. I'm going home run derby. I actually think it's more exciting than the dunk contest just because, like, what more dunks are there to do? You can always hit more
See, that's what I was
bombs.
saying. All time or like
You can
like,
always hit more
you can
bombs.
tell if it's a Zach Levine, Aaron Gordon. Oh my, I'll be there watching front row.
Yeah.
But future. I mean, there's just no more. It's
Yeah.
gonna be hard to get more dunks. So I'm going home run derby.
Yeah, I think it's a clean sweep here. I think just the dunk contest has kind of already peaked. We've already had the best
Yeah.
moments of that. The home run derby, you get consistency. It's pretty good every year. I'm taking the home run derby.
I'm with you.
Next one, we have a guy that's actually announced the home run derby before, but we got a battle of two.
Oh, I thought he was talking about me.
No,
Oh.
we got two announcers. Chris
You.
Berman or Mike Breen. Which voice are you taking?
Wow.
Give me Chris Berman. Are you kidding
Really?
me? Give
I'm
me.
going Chris Berman too.
Nothing beats a.
Oh,
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, or like the NFL prime time just brings me back. I remember when I was in elementary school, I'd watch Sports Center in the mornings, and Chris Berman, nothing beats that. Watching those NFL highlights.
He was also in he's in some little. When I was young, he was in this. I think Donovan McNabb was on the front of the game.
Yeah.
It was like 2K5 not Madden, but it's 2K5 NFL, and he was the announcer in that. Wow, gives me chills thinking about
So
it.
I like Mike Breen's call better. I like Bang better. But if Chris Berman's on the TV, it's football season. Can't be
Oh, for
football
sure.
season.
Yeah, yeah.
So that I'm gonna choose Chris Berman, but I like Bang better.
What did Berman recently do? That was not football. Was it the home run derby?
Yeah, he announced the home run derby a couple years, I think.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
He was really good.
yeah, he did good.
I think he's one of those announcers. He's good at anything he does.
He's kind of like Al Michaels.
Yeah.
Al Michaels
Just awesome.
Yeah,
Kevin Harlan, I think, is a really underrated
Kevin
guy
Harlan,
too.
Yeah, for sure.
Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Next one is fantasy football or sports betting, which I guess fantasy football is technically sports betting, but you had to pick either fantasy football or all other forms of sports betting. Which one are you taking?
I'm going fantasy football. Fantasy football because not only so I don't bet anyways, so I don't sports bet. But I can imagine fantasy football, or I know that fantasy football is just. The thing I like about fantasy football again is just like the camaraderie. Like having your team is one part of it, but then the camaraderie is the other part of it.
What about you?
Yeah, I think there's more long form entertainment and attachment tied into
Yeah.
fantasy football, so I'm taking fantasy football pretty easily.
So you both never sport bet. So I've been to Minnesota. It's only 18
Oh, really?
there. It's only 18 there to gamble.
Nice.
And when I went there, you can literally bet on any sport,
Yeah.
and that's year round. So like it's not just football season. So like right now you can. Give me.
Was it nice?
It was nice. It was nice. Give me sport betting.
Wow. I can just imagine though if you did sport bet, you get to a certain point where like the losses hurt so bad, but you can't even feel the wins. That's a bad feeling when you're at that point in your life.
I bet some people are like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, what do we got? You only got what, a month?
2. Yeah.
You think you're going to?
Sports bet? I'll consider it.
What about you?
In Indiana, it's legal when you're 21, right?
Yeah.
So
I have an addictive personality, and I personally don't trust myself with sports
Gotcha.
betting, so I'm going to try to stray away from that.
I am. I'm going to.
Gotcha. So honestly, the way I kind of think about it is fantasy football is like that long-term entertainment, which is a good point. Sports betting is kind of like that short-term entertainment, so it keeps me entertained.
The thing is, it can be long term.
Yeah, if you're going good, it can be long term.
It can be
Oh,
long.
I guess that's true. You can make a bet. You can make a future bet.
Future,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
Which one has caused you to break more things in your house?
But he says he's never.
I've never sports bet, so
I
it
ne-
wouldn't be that.
I'm not, and I don't. I've only done it in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So I mean, it'd have to be.
I mean, fantasy football's pissed me off so many times.
Oh,
anyways.
fantasy football is one of those things. It's just like, it is electric though. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you're like, especially with like in our league, we have a bunch of friends that do it. We have a 14-team league, and like whenever you're, you know, like your guy scores a touchdown, you just see on the other end of the room,
All right,
they're just so pumped.
I got one. What is your guys' worst fantasy moment? Like, what is the worst feeling you've ever had any given week in fantasy?
I've lost by 0.01.
That DeAndre Hopkins Hail Mary, I was playing
Oh.
Carson.
He's playing me.
I was winning by
I had double points. No. You
yeah,
were
you had Kyler
Tyler-
Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. So he has Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. I'm up by like 10 or 11 points. Hail Mary. DeAndre Hopkins catches it over like 5 Bills players.
Yeah.
And my heart absolutely just sinks. And I think I punched a hole in my wall and I started crying. It was a very
Oh, wow.
emotional moment.
Were you crying
Yeah.
because you lost or crying because your fist hurts?
Yeah.
Or both.
It was a whole whirlwind of emotions there.
Yeah, that mine was the 0.01. It wasn't a playoff game. It was just sickening to my
Right,
stomach. Like
Right.
anytime you lose to someone like one of your friends, it's just like they got what do they say about that? They got
They chirp at you?
yeah, they just chirp at you the
Yeah,
whole time.
For sure.
And it's just like one of those things, and you don't hear the end of it
For
until
sure.
next year, until you play them again.
I remember mine was 2 years ago, not this past season, but the year before that. I was facing our friend Nate, and he had Ronald Jones for some reason on his roster. 99-yard touchdown run in Tennessee. Ronald Jones hurt so bad against me that night. Ronald Jones, Rojo. Isn't he? We call him Rojo.
I mean,
Hurt
what's,
so
what's he?
bad.
Is he?
Why does he
is he
have
on
him on
the?
his
Is he
roster?
even on the? Is he on the Chiefs? Or no, he's on the
He's on the
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
He's
that's
on the-
right.
He's
Yeah,
on the Cowboys.
picked him up. So yeah. But yeah, definitely. Both are awesome. I can imagine, but fantasy football. Yeah.
Next one. Would you rather have your favorite team win the Super Bowl, but your favorite NCAA team never wins another championship, or have your favorite NCAA team win a championship and have your favorite NFL team never win the Super Bowl?
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
So I remember. So speaking, you could probably speak the same because you're Louisville, and you're Kentucky. So you could probably speak the same. I've seen Kentucky win before. 2012. I remember watching that game with Anthony Davis. So like, I've seen that. I remember watching vaguely the Colts. I was young. I was like 5. So give me the Colts just because of that sake. Because I remember more of the Kentucky game. I remember watching that. But I don't remember as much from the Colts game with Peyton Manning. So give me the Colts winning.
Yeah.
And then Kentucky never winning again.
I'm right there with you. I think the other thing is when the Super Bowl's on, the whole entire world is watching it, which is nice. But then also, like any show you watch for the rest of the offseason, they're talking about how good your team is and how they're the cock of the walk and how they're all these things. So I'd take the Colts to win the Super Bowl. And the only thing I remember from that Peyton Manning game is that pick 6 he threw.
Yeah.
It hurt so bad.
The only thing I remember is the he threw the pick 6 and the Reggie Wayne touchdown. Right?
It was an onside kick, right?
The
That was pretty
onside kick,
crazy.
too, to open up the half
Yeah.
for the Saints.
Yeah, that was Saints though.
Yeah, the Saints recovered it, but I remember it.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
talking
okay.
about the Bears one?
Yeah, the Bears.
Oh, you're
Bears,
talking about that one.
the one we won. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Oh,
We
I'm
were like
talking about the
5.
one we lost.
The one we lost we were like 8, 9.
Yeah. But the thing I remember from that game, right off the bat, Devin Hester returned it for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Because they weren't supposed to kick to him, but then Vinatieri kicked it to him. He returned it for a touchdown.
Yeah, because that was like Urlacher, all of them.
Well, who was the other linebacker?
Oh, he was
Briggs.
good. Lance
Lance
Briggs.
Talk
Yeah.
about a beast, dude. Lance
He was
Briggs.
scary, man.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah,
What
man.
about you, Jane?
I'm probably going NFL team because,
Yeah.
like Carson, I'm a Kentucky fan, and fairly recently Kentucky won an NCAA championship, so I kind of know what that feels like.
Mhm.
The Dallas Cowboys have caused me nothing but pain in my life and disappointment, so I'd like to see them win one so I can kind of get that relief. We have one more, and that would be, which era are you taking? Steroid era baseball or attitude era WWE?
Oh my god.
So we're talking Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, or are we taking Stone Cold, The Rock, and Triple H?
Attitude Era WWE. We weren't even alive for it, but just go looking back and
It's
watching the
electric.
dude. Come on, Attitude Era WWE. No question.
Give me WWE
Hell
any day
yeah.
of the week.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
When you hear that glass break,
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Give the middle fingers to the
Yeah,
crowd.
Exactly.
they'd have like in the middle of the ring, like just during a show on live TV, they'd have like strip contests. Like they wouldn't get naked, but like girls would get down to like their bra and underwear. Just like Attitude Era is undefeated. We
It was
never
just a
even
different-
got to watch it, but like on Peacock, I watched some, and
Yeah.
just like throughout the history, Attitude Era, undefeated.
Speaking of Peacock, what a great deal.
Honestly,
I mean,
yeah.
isn't it $5 a month? You can watch anything you want.
Right? Any WWE you want. They have what else? They have The Office on there. All the Office episodes.
Yeah, they have like
on there.
shows too, so it's like, what a deal.
Yeah, for
What a
sure.
deal.
Peacock is a good deal.
What about you?
I've never seen either one of these, so
Right. Well,
you guys have built up a pretty strong case. I guess I'm gonna have to go with the WWE.
Hell
But I
yeah.
must say, I think Mark McGuire does strangely resemble Stone Cold a little bit. They
Honestly,
kinda
it
look
does
alike.
kind of look like him.
I'd like to
I'm
see
sure
him
they are
fight.
both electric,
Yeah.
but I'll
I'd
go
like
with
to
the
see him fight.
WWE.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'd like to see him fight.
Oh, Mark McGuire and Stone Cold.
Uh-huh.
Now you got me thinking.
Who would? I mean,
Mark McGuire's a big guy, I'm sure, right?
Oh yeah.
but
He's
thing is though, Stone Cold was actually a running back.
That's true. But the thing is, what do you think Mark McGuire's gonna do if Stone Cold tries to do a Stone Cold stun into him? It's not gonna fly against a
He's
real.
got that roid rage.
Yeah, it's not gonna fly against a
okay,
real
hang on.
human.
Do you think Stone Cold did do roids?
Yeah, I'm sure they're
Yeah,
both
yeah,
steroid
yeah.
era.
So
Right.
I mean,
But I'm sure that Stone Cold's a little shorter
He's
than
only
McGuire.
like 6 foot.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
And I'm sure
I mean,
McGuire. What is McGuire like 6'4"? I mean, he's
Yeah,
probably.
he's a big.
I mean,
guy.
they both eat glass for breakfast. I mean, let's be real here. So it's like,
They're both awesome. One Attitude Era moment I got to talk about. I can't remember what a year it was, but it's during the classic Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold feud. And Vince McMahon standing in the ring with all the security guards there. Stone Cold comes out in the beer truck, gets on top of it, and sprays beer all over the mat.
Well, that one, and then there's also the classic one where he's in the doctor's office. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, he's in the doctor's office, and Vince McMahon's laying there, and Stone Cold goes, "I'll take it from here, nurse." Hits him with a bedpan in the head. I'll take it from here, nurse.
Man, those two, and then The Rock also. I mean,
Yeah.
probably The Rock's probably like the best spokesman in all
Right.
sports, honestly.
Right.
With the mic,
Right.
he's just
So,
unbelievable.
ladies and gentlemen, our next episode, something to look forward to. Carson's going to break down the whole WWE roster, 2023 roster, and he's going to give his takes about the whole WWE roster.
And he's going to show us some moves. I'm going to be thrown through one of these tables.
So actually, we're gonna have a triple threat match
Bingo.
between us two live.
Yeah, that'd be
Bet
so
on me. I'm winning.
That'd be sweet.
So yeah, actually, we're gonna make that live sport betting. So
Mhm.
there's gonna be live sport betting on this. So
Yeah.
We have a little bit of a slow day at the office today. Not as much news on the menu, so we got
Slow.
double games. We're going to be playing some tier talk. Starting off, what is your guys' favorite Gatorade flavors?
So
So
you
we
want to
should
do like all
one,
tier
one.
threes, and then we'll go tier twos.
Well, it's not tier 2 and tier 3. It's first favorite, second favorite, third favorite.
Yeah.
Because a tier 3 sucks. Like tier 3 means you don't like
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
So,
Okay. That's
yeah.
fair.
So we'll just do 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. We'll just do that.
So I'm
Carson?
starting from my
You start-
worst one.
You want to start from worst?
Yeah, worst to up.
Have at it.
What do you think that makes sense?
Do whatever you want.
Okay,
Alright.
I'm starting worst. Go ahead and give me the classic. So we're talking Gatorade, right? You already said that.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the classic yellow. Give me yellow.
Lemon
Yellow. I
lime?
think. I think that's a.
Mhm.
Like it's usually most concession stands,
Right.
most obviously gas stations.
Right.
It's a classic. Like give me
It's a classic
give
on,
me-
on,
give
on
me
the
that
table.
give me that yellow.
On the table where the camera sits in your podcast room. Like,
Exactly.
you always gotta
Right
expect it,
there.
you know?
Right there.
I think that's a good pick.
I'm going lemon lime as well, yellow. That's my third.
Yeah, this is insane. 3-way tie.
Wow.
All of us. Because I mean, look, I don't love lemon lime, but I'll drink it, and you shouldn't be surprised to see it in my hand. Right.
It's like one of those things too. Like I don't know. If, like whenever you guys are sick, do you ever drink like Gatorade? It's supposed to be really good for you when you're sick.
Yeah, electrolytes.
Lemon lime, best way to go. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like it overcomes all the other ones. I don't know why. But so I'm gonna go with the second one. My second favorite. Give me light blue.
Like,
Give me that Glacier Freeze. Glacier
Yeah.
Freeze is underrated. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm going with the strawberry red.
Ooh.
I like that.
Strawberry.
Ooh, it sounds fancy.
I've heard fruit punch, but I've never heard
Fancy
strawberry.
palate.
Yeah.
And then for my two, another classic tropical punch, regular old red.
Red, yeah.
Yep. Just
I think
regular
that's
All the
old
fruit
reds
punch.
are good, I think.
fruit punch, tropical punch, same thing.
It ain't the same.
Yeah, red. That's what I'll go with.
All right, and then number one, give me Bobby Boucher Gatorade Orange. Give me
What?
Plain orange.
I'm in the same boat.
What?
That's the original
How
one.
old are you guys?
I don't even think it has the best flavor per se, but something about it I just can't stop
Was
going
it
back to.
wasn't Bobby Boucher like orange? Wasn't like
Well, it started with the Florida Gators.
yeah,
so
but
that's why it
like
was
but like
orange.
wasn't that movie based on like Gatorade? Wasn't Gatorade in that movie?
Gatorade's in the movie, but I don't know
Yeah.
if that's what it's
It's
based
just
on.
about not drinking Gatorade. You only drink high quality H2O.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is orange
Orange.
is the best.
It has a very satisfying taste and never lets you down.
It really doesn't. I mean, always. Just if and most places have orange too, but not every single place. So that's why you gotta always have a backup. But orange is if orange is out there, give it to me.
Yeah, and then for me, number one, white glacier cherry. I'll
Underrated.
I'll drink if I'm ever drinking a Gatorade, it's the white glacier cherry.
I can tell you right now, if it was in my house, they'd be full. 'Cause I wouldn't
They'd
drink
be
it.
in my daggone trunk is where they'd be. I'd be taking them. Jackass.
Alright, so next is fast foods.
Fast foods, the top 3 fast food joints.
So we're going to start from the bottom.
Start 3, yep, go up to 1.
Alright, so my 3, gotta go classic. I mean, they have the breakfast, they have the normal food. Give me Mickey D's. Mickey D's for 3. I just feel like you always gotta have a safe pick. And they're everywhere in this world. Give me Mickey D's.
I was struggling to find a number 3, so I'm gonna give an honorable mention of Wendy's. I love their chicken nuggets, so just
Yeah.
for that, I'm gonna have to throw them out there. But my 3 spots, Zaxby's. I love Zaxby's, especially their white cheddar bites or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
Can't beat 'em.
Zaxby's is good. Zaxby's is good. For my number 3, if you asked me this probably 5 years ago, I wouldn't have said this answer. I would have said I hated it, but now it's KFC. They've made some big improvements. That mac and cheese,
No, especially the one in Madison,
Yeah.
like where we are.
Yeah.
Like it is like
it's so good.
they
KFC 's
ever
good.
since they remodeled. I think there might be a new owner.
Yeah.
Like since they remodeled, holy
Well,
cow!
no, it's not just this one. It's all the KFC. They must have got a new CEO or something.
The
but-
old one here. The old one here was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah,
It was bad.
it was just this one, I think.
Yeah, but still, KFC.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very good joint. Very good.
That's underrated pick.
For sure.
Underrated pick.
For sure.
So my number 2 is near my school at NKU. Raising Cane's.
Raising
Raising Cane's, very underrated. Kind of like Zaxby's, although I think the chicken's better. So and their fries are really similar to Zaxby's, and this cane sauce is about the same as Zaxby's. But it's just preference, and I think Cane's is better than Zaxby's.
For me, any place that doesn't give you ranch, slide them on
Really?
out.
I'm not a
F
ranch
'em.
fan.
F them.
I'm not a ranch
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
My number 2 is also Cane's. Shout out
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn is who got me to try Cane's, and my first time going there was in Las Vegas. And let me tell you, it was a religious experience. Can't beat that sauce. Can't beat the Caniac combo. That's my number 2.
Wow. And then my number 2 is Culver's. Classic Midwest delight, Midwest delicacy. Cheese curds, butter burgers, fries, frozen custards. So good. So good. Midwest delicacy, Culver's.
And then my number 1, speaking of the devil, give me Culver's.
Wow.
Welcome to Madison, Indiana.
Yeah.
Welcome to Madison.
Welcome, Culver's.
I also have Culver's at number 1.
Nice, yeah.
It's absolutely elite.
I mean,
I hate to be repeating everything Carson does, it seems like, but I
Culver's
guess he's
is
just
nice.
got good taste.
it's good. I mean, it is what it is.
The cement
It is what
mixers,
it
the
is.
cheese curds.
Those cheese
Love
curds, I like them.
I do
I
some
like the
sketchy
taste. I mean-
things to get those cheese
Mhm.
curds.
Yeah, I like those things.
What's your number 1?
My number 1, give me McDonald's, baby.
What?
Old
What?
classic
What?
McDonald's.
Oh.
I could eat. There was a point
So there's
in
a
my
door
life-
right there.
There was a
Hang
point.
on. There's a door right there. There's a door right there. And there's a door right there. You can go out any of them.
There was a point in my life where pretty much every single day I was eating McDonald's, and I could do it. I could still do it. I could eat McDonald's every day of my life. Give me a quarter pounder of cheese. Give me chicken nuggets. Give me the old snack wraps. Those fries. Give me a Diet Coke. So good. I love McDonald's. Love McDonald's.
And that's what I was saying about McDonald's. Like, it's just the classic.
Right.
You can go there any day.
Yep.
And it's just like, get what you need.
Yeah, and then, that's the other thing, and that's kind of McDonald's. I mean, that's kind of their brand strategy in the first place. You go there, you know what you're gonna get, you know the quality it's gonna be, always the same menu, everything. I
And
like
another good
consistency.
thing too is I will say what they have on everybody else is they have breakfast.
Breakfast. Yeah,
I'll
their
give you
breakfast
that.
is
I'll
good.
give you
They
that.
have
That's
good
a fair
breakfast.
fight.
And
Because
you know
Culver's
what? Surprising was on nobody's list.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A's one.
most
Wendy's.
overrated.
Wendy's. Well, we have one here in town too.
But he
Wendy's.
said honorable mention.
Yeah.
Oh, honorable mention. Well, I mean, we're gonna count it. No,
Chick-fil-A overrated.
Yeah.
we're
I
not.
think it's overrated.
Yeah, and when we say overrated, we don't say not good. We
Yeah.
like the taste of
You
it.
think it's
but-
overrated too?
Yeah, yeah,
It's just like
it's good.
it's good, but it's
Hmm.
like it doesn't. I think Zaxby's is better. I think Cane's is better. Like I
If
think.
it was rated on service, they're easy top
For sure,
tier.
for sure.
Nobody can compare to their
Oh,
service.
you don't want to know about the experience I had.
My pleasure.
Oh.
They got a whole football staff out there routing you through the
Right.
drive-through. I mean,
Right.
That's
I mean,
elite.
Yeah, I mean they have playbooks out there. They look like they're. I mean, it
No,
looks like.
I do hate how there's always a lot of people there.
I mean,
hate that.
it looked
But-
like
It's quick though.
Yeah, it is quick.
like it looks like they have Shane Steichen in the like in the Chick-fil-A, and then they have Jonathan Gaines.
Shane Steichen
Gannon,
would
and-
never.
Yeah,
Shane
like-
Steichen would never. He's all ball.
I mean, they're out there holding playbooks,
Yeah.
so and they're like, what's their little catchy phrase?
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
Hey, my pleasure.
They got that part
They're
figured
closed
out.
on Sundays.
Imagine if they were open on Sundays, how much money they'd make.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, now we're on to snacks. Last 3-tier snacks. Carson, you want to start us off with your third?
Yes, give me most underrated cookie, vanilla Oreos, the yellow pack of
Oh.
Oreos. I mean, best Oreos out there, and I'll go ahead and say this: best cookie out there. I'll go ahead and say that out there too.
Is
Yeah.
it even a cookie? Highly debatable.
Oreo,
I do like Oreos though.
Oreo
It's
cookies.
debatable.
It's literally called Oreo cookies.
But I mean, what do you call a cookie? You know.
What do you mean? What I
I
call
mean,
it?
they can call themselves what they want, but what does Jaden call a cookie? That's the question.
What are you gonna call it?
A sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
A sandwich.
Think about what think about all the ingredients of a sandwich. 2 sides that close something in.
I mean, I'm about to get Gordon Ramsay on the show. If we want to, we want to go this technical.
It's a sandwich. Anyways.
What do
You
you
heard it
got?
here first, folks. The Oreo is a sandwich.
Bingo.
My number 3, I'm going with my childhood favorite that I haven't had in a while. I'm going with the mini donuts, like the Hostess
Oh, yeah.
donuts, I think they're called.
Powdered or chocolate?
I'm going with the chocolate.
Or
The
glazed.
the powdered ones are
I don't know if you've had the glazed.
Yeah.
Glazed, very underrated.
Yeah.
But what'd you say, chocolate?
Chocolate.
yeah, the powdered
Classic.
ones
That's
are
fair.
good,
Yeah.
but they're a little bit too messy.
Too
I
messy.
get what
I
you're
agree.
saying.
I look like I got excited or something.
And you get. And you get.
I think it's like the.
And you get cocaine.
Yeah.
And you get really thirsty. That's the other thing. They're real cakey
Oh,
compared
yeah.
to like the chocolate ones and the glazed ones. They're
Yeah.
super cakey. But yeah, great
I
choice.
had the glazed mini donuts like a couple days ago.
So good. You ever have Kroger donut holes?
Oh, those are very, very good.
I've had one
The
actually.
sprinkled ones too.
Yeah, things I've had every day again. I used to work at Kroger, so I'd get Kroger donut holes every day. So good. So good.
All right,
So
what's
good.
yours?
So good. My number 3, Almond Joys. Almond Joys. I know you got. I'm not trying to be quirky. I love them.
That's insane. That
I
is
love.
psychopath.
I love Almond
favorite.
Joys. I love them so much. But they weren't my number 1. All right,
I
easy,
guess.
easy. They weren't my
Yeah.
number 1, but I love Almond Joys. I love Almond Joys.
Each man has their own choice.
You know what? I'll leave.
Well, we got a 2-man show for the rest.
All right, so my number 2 is all right, Jake, you can come back. I was just messing with you. Oh, he's actually gone. Okay, so my number 2 is I am going with like the most underrated snack there is, and that is Cheez-Its. Give me Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its, I feel like you can go with like anything.
What kind of cheese? Just the regular?
Regular. And I don't know if you've had these like burnt and crispy Cheez-Its. They have these.
I haven't.
They have these burnt and crispy Cheez-Its. Very underrated. Cheez-Its all the way at number 2.
I don't know why we have so many of the same picks, but I'm also picking the Cheez-Its, but I'm going with the white cheddar ones.
Okay, so it's a little different.
I love me some white cheddar Cheez-Its.
Gotcha. Well, if we can ever get Jake back in here, we'll get his number 2. I guess he took my thing to heart to actually leave.
Come back.
Alright, you guys couldn't keep me out too long.
So, did you hear our number 2s?
What's your number 2?
So, our number 2 is, I said Cheez-Its, burnt and
Cheez-Its?
crispy, or normal, or original.
Burnt what or normal?
Burnt and crispy.
Oh, okay, yeah, Cripsy. I don't know if you're. know what team you're
Well,
on.
with
Hey,
the-
we're not choosing sides here, all right?
No, with the... I can't...
Settle
Hey, look at my
ranges.
hat, America. All right, that's our side.
I want
Okay.
white cheddar Cheez-Its.
And he said white
Oh
cheddar.
wow, really? And then I have the Flips chocolate covered pretzels.
Oh, man.
Oh, I love chocolate covered pretzels so
Good
much. Love chocolate covered pretzels so much. Carson, just because somebody doesn't choose what you choose doesn't
I
make
mean-
them a weirdo.
I mean, chocolate covered pretzels.
Have you guys given? Can I ask you? Have you given Almond Joys a fair shot?
I don't like coconut.
I don't like
I have.
I've had them though. I don't like coconut, but I've had
Yeah.
them. And I didn't like them.
I love coconut, so whatever. All right, number 1.
Number 1. Hot fries. Give me hot fries. Hot fries. We were talking about this, and hot fries is one of those things you got to be prepared for it.
Oh, it's
Okay.
coming.
It's coming, so you got to be prepared. So make sure you plan before.
Yeah.
Plan before, like you don't want to go like make sure you're gonna like go to a meeting or
Right,
something
right.
after this. But like late night snack, might wake up in the morning. But yeah, just be prepared. But number 1 for sure, you gotta just be prepared. But very, very good, addicting. I don't know if you guys had hot fries.
I'm not a hot fry guy.
Yeah, I'm not.
Addicting.
There's
They
too
are
much
addicting.
evidence on the hands. Right?
Yeah, and they make your breath stink, and they make your crap suck.
What?
It's just like, what's good about them? Do they taste good?
Oh my! Like
Alright.
it's like
They
I'm
have a
trying-
bad reputation usually for the individuals that do eat them.
It's like I don't even know. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just is what it is.
Alright.
It's
Okay.
I don't even know what to think. I mean, it's what it is.
My S tier snack number 1 is the spicy sweet chili Doritos, the purple bag. Oh, man, I can eat a whole
I mean,
bag of
holy.
those.
Say that name again for me.
Spicy sweet chili Doritos, the purple bag. If you haven't had them, I don't know what you're doing. I feel like some people definitely know what I'm talking about. you've had the purple Doritos, let us know.
Yeah.
Nah. Nah. I mean, that might be worse than Almond Joys.
What?
I mean,
You've never had the
Yeah, it
Sweet-
is worse than almond
sweet-
joys. You're an idiot.
Sweet chili.
You don't know
kidding
anything
me?
about
Try
fruit.
them.
I have.
It is.
You
It's
have
worse
the-
than almond joys.
No way. I feel like.
I mean, they just taste. I mean, it's kind of like that reminds me of Cool Ranch Doritos.
Ugh.
I mean, honestly.
Ugh.
the
Like,
Ranch Doritos would be a good pick too.
oh, see, yeah.
Maybe the chili ones. They're probably not bad though. I can see it. Do they taste like Fritos a little
No,
bit?
they remind you.
No,
Of,
they're
they
really.
they
good.
remind you of Cool Ranch, like
Really?
the same. Like they have that. They have that
Yeah,
like.
I
they're
imagine
way
that.
better.
I figured the powder would be on there because they gotta make a flavor.
Yeah, but it's like real heavy like that, and it's.
Gotcha.
You guys are sleeping.
I ain't sleeping. I know what I'm awake right now. I can tell you that right now.
Call me the day on Ghost of Christmas Past then, because I'm staying asleep. For my number one, I go cookie dough bites. You guys ever have cookie dough bites from the movie theater?
Mhm.
They're in a red and yellow package, cardboard package, whatever.
I mean, I respect it, but
They're
like, how do you even
delicious.
think of
They're
that?
chocolate covered cookie because I get them every time I go
They're good.
anywhere. Chocolate covered cookie dough bites. If you freeze them, they're even better. But yeah, so I go chocolate covered cookie dough bites in my S tier number one.
Sweet. So, I might have to go like run to the gas station get some of these.
Right.
Everything that I just said in my tier
Why
ones.
you hang out around the gas station? Why are you acting like you're gonna just run there for a second?
I mean,
you hang out there.
Speaking, we did just get a new Casey's, and that is.
Really?
Have you been there?
What's so good about it?
The Casey's. You
Yeah.
had their pizza
No.
for a gas station pizza,
Really? Yeah.
and they have I'm pretty sure they have breakfast too. I haven't had their breakfast yet, but they say their breakfast is actually pretty good.
Nice.
So, you need to give that a try.
Yeah.
Give it a try. Have you had Casey's before? Like their pizza or their food?
I don't get pizza from the gas station typically.
Pizza, gas station
I remember,
pizza.
I remember I had a friend, and if they watch this show, they'll know who they are. I remember they used to go to the. I had two friends. They used to go in the morning, and then next thing they would go to the gas station. They would get breakfast pizza. That is the most.
Oh no, I was with them. Not just breakfast pizza. You ever heard of a tornado? You haven't lived
He
here.
was part of them. He's a weirdo.
Tornadoes are so
breakfast.
good.
Breakfast does not belong on pizza. That is just. It's kind of like
Breakfast doesn't belong on pizza. What?
no.
Does that make sense?
No, that's what it is. It's like eggs and sausage and that on pizza.
Oh, really? I thought he was just talking about like pizza, but for breakfast.
No. No, I'm being serious.
No, it's like,
That's what
it's
they
like
ate.
Pizza crust with like eggs and sausage and like bacon.
See?
That does not sound
Yeah, I
good.
told you,
Delicious.
it
you
is
guys
not.
Are, you guys are out of your.
I
Just
mean,
live a little.
I just imagine.
Person, you hang out by the gas station every
I just
single
remember-
day. Why
I
don't you
just
just go in
imagine-
one time and get a breakfast pizza?
I just
don't even
imagine.
eat breakfast, so I guess
I,
I
just,
can't.
I just
really comment.
imagine Jake eating a pizza. Next thing you know, when he bites it, white gravy comes out the side of it instead of pizza sauce.
So delicious.
That's
breakfast
disgusting.
pizza and tornadoes. Alrighty. So
Oh, you don't know how bad I just want to restart that.
yeah. So we're gonna end this off with some predictions, and then we're gonna do some final words. But for today's prediction, believe it or not, the well's running a little bit dry on sports. It is June, going on July, so the well's running a little bit dry. But today we're gonna predict who will be the number 2 pick of the NBA draft. We all know number 1's gonna be Victor Wembanyama. But who will be the number 2 pick for the NBA draft? Carson, you start.
So I think there's only two options, and I'm going to go with Brandon Miller. I think Brandon Miller is going to go number 2. I think he'll go over Scoot just because of the size, like the 6'9" frame, 200-something pounds. I think he is an NBA prospect. Like I feel like he's the better answer, me personally.
I'm gonna go with Brandon Miller as well. I just think Scoot Henderson's the better talent, I think, but guys like Scoot are a lot easier to find than Brandon Miller, and I think you can't underrate that. So I'm gonna go with Brandon Miller.
Yeah, and then actually I'm just gonna agree with both of you. I think some rumors have even come out that they're looking into him. But yeah, the exact same thing you said, Jaden. Scoot Henderson's probably the better talent as far as scoring or whatever goes. But Brandon Miller, his frame is just it's
You don't get that.
it's
ever.
rare.
Yeah, you
It's
don't
rare.
get that.
So 3-way tie for Brandon Miller, and we'll just leave that into we'll end this off. Final words, Carson. What do you got to say?
I want to go last.
You want to go? Oh, is that your final word or?
No, I
do you
wanna
wanna
go last. I wanna go last.
Okay. Jaden, you have anything for a final word?
Yeah, all this talking about snacks is making me really hungry. So if on the next podcast I look like I've gained a couple pounds, I
yeah.
probably have because I ate a lot of gas.
You know, it
station
really shows in the
snacks.
face. That's when you gain weight. You can see it in
Yeah.
the face. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably be a little bit chubby next time.
Yeah, that's what happens. No pun intended. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with almond joys. I'm just gonna say, if you haven't, get out there and try an almond joy. All right. You may look at people that love them and think they're weirdos. But go try one. Go try one. Then if you try one and don't like it, completely understand. Then you can say something, but don't talk until you've tried something.
And then my final word is, so next Tuesday we got a triple threat match, TLC,
Hell yeah.
us three in
Hell yeah.
studio, in studio. So make sure you tune in. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Coaches from the Couch podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.